So my name is Corey Jerome, and I wanted to share my experience that I've had with these 30% tax credit for putting solar on my RV. So late last year, we decided to put solar panels and an inverter on the RV based on my research that said with the federal tax program in place that you get 30% tax credit back for your overall purchase price, including installation. So I'd done plenty of research. AM Solar has a page that talks about it with some links. They're a reputable company in my state. A few other websites, talked about it. I got on the IRS pages and looked up on there, and it specifically said under my research that the home does not need to be your primary residence. And since the IRS does allow you to write off your interest for your RV, it's logical to think that this would be extended to the solar program as well. So we went ahead and did the installation. It was fairly expensive, but we were fully intending on getting 30% tax credit. So we calculated that in our decision process and did it. So tax time 2015, we decided to take our taxes to a professional in the area, CPA, and explain to him what I'd found in my research. And he really had never done that before, so he said, well, he'll research it and he'll let me know. So a couple of days later, I get an email from him, and he said that we're not able to take the credit because it's not my primary home. And said, go ahead and come down and sign the papers, and he'll file our taxes. So I said, no, send me whatever you're seeing that contradicts my research. Please send it to me so I can look into it further before I come down to sign the paperwork. So he did. And, the first thing he sent to me was a Quick Finder handbook page that he says he references quite often. And in there, it was a little bit confusing. So I said, well, that one doesn't really make a lot of sense. But the second one he sent me was instructions directly from the IRS, Form 5695. And on that page, he was referencing a point where it said it had to be your primary home, but that had to do with fuel cells or something. So it had nothing to do with solar. I highlighted where it said it does not need to be your primary home. I sent it back to him with, some other links to like AM Solar and the other research I'd done, and said, my understanding is that we can take the tax credit based on, A, B, C, D, and E. So he and his partner, actually his father, had some pretty long discussions apparently about it, and they're fairly conservative, and they don't, of course, don't want to break the law, neither do I. But they finally agreed with me that, yeah, okay, let's take the credit. It's, pretty good chunk of money when you're putting 450 watts solar and a good quality inverter and installation and all that. So in the end, we felt strongly that we had the support from the IRS pages themselves, Form 5695, that supported us taking the tax credit. So that's my story. Of course, you'll need to get your own tax advice. I can sleep good at night knowing that I think I followed the law, and we took the tax credit. It's important to note that you have to have a tax liability, federal tax liability, equal to or greater than the amount of the tax credit, 30% of the total cost. Otherwise, you can only take up your federal tax liability. So keep that in mind. Good luck.